emblem or whatever it is pop up, and that means we are live.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pin to Gas podcast on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Listen, you guys know the routine and the deal. This episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take total control of all your financial future. Get your free complimentary financial needs analysis today. All you got to do is hit up Seth Starnes. Everybody, Kekai knows who Seth Starnes is. He's big in the industry as far as two wheels go. And of course, Kekai, I know we talked about this a little bit. You know, you have a suit you wear underneath your clothes, but in the motorcycle industry, I tell everybody, don't buy an off-the-rack suit, right? Because it's not going to fit 90% of us perfect. And unlike a car, on a motorcycle, every input affects everything, right? The total handling of the bike. Well, if you have a suit that don't fit you right, it's going to cause arm pumps. You can't move freely on the bike, and all that good stuff. So what I need everybody to do, if you're interested in getting a new suit, go to bisontrack.com, get your full custom suit started, where you get to pick the colors, the patches, the undersuit, the chest protector, the gloves, all that good stuff. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited about this. My first race car driver, and he's an absolute legend, up and coming in the sport. My man, Kekai Hauanio. Man, I hope I didn't just murder your last name. I'm sure I probably did, but welcome to Pin to Gas, bro. What is going on?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, listen, the honor is all mine, and we talked about this, man. I love your suits and the helmets hung up in the background. I love that sign going on. I love it. I love it. So let me ask you this. Motorcycle helmets, right? Because I see you got 3 helmets. Just the cost real quick. Like for if you buy like an Arai Corsair X, it's like $1,000. What does that compare to the helmet you got hanging up in the background?
So it's a lot like MotoGP, like the regulations on the helmets. So as you go up the ladder, you're gonna have to get obviously a more expensive helmet, but they turn into carbon fiber, which obviously ups the price a lot. So the one I have to have is around 3,000, but like a karting helmet is anywhere from $500 to $800.
Bro, $3,000? Holy cow. I thought okay. That's but I get it, right? It's you need it, you really do. So absolutely. And look, we got Kathy. What is going on, Kathy? She says, hello, Kekai. Who's Kathy?
That's
your aunt?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, dude. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. So listen, man, we're going to be on here for an hour, and I want to jump right into it because I'm super excited to hear your story, right? So tell us where your journey begins and how you ended up to where you are right now.
Oh, back when I was, I'd say 7 or 8, my grandpa got me into karting down at a little local track here in Florida called Anderson Race Park. Now it's called T4 Kartplex. But went there, did their little school they have in a kid kart, as they call it, which is like a little 50cc. It's very, very small, but it only does like maybe 25 just to get, used to gas pedal, brake, steering wheel. And then started doing that more and more, just going out there renting the go-kart. So then, he asked me one day if I liked it. So I told him I did. I loved it, and got me my first go-kart. Started racing up in Ocala. We moved racetracks because Anderson, they didn't do local races, but Ocala, we started racing up there, doing local races. At the time I wasn't very good, but slowly getting better because all the kids around me have been doing it since they were 4 or 5 in the kid kart, and I was doing it since I was 7 or 8, so I was a little bit older getting into it. And just started doing that, moving up the ladder in karting. There's so many different classes in karting as you move up. It's all through age. So the mini that I was in, the little mini kart, which they call it cadet, is up to like 11, and then you move to a full-size chassis, which is a little bit bigger, which you can run all the way until however old. But I was racing I was 12, 13 when I started, getting better, winning. started going to national races, which was all over the United States. Then got my first national podium actually at Ocala back in, say, 2020. And then we had COVID, so we had a year off almost. Then we came back, got back in the kart. I was a little bit older, so I started running shifter karts, which is 125, 6-speed, and has front brakes and stuff like that. So it's a lot faster. Started getting better at that. Ran that until I was 15, I believe, and then got the opportunity to hop into a car, which was the same F4 car I race now. Pretty much that was up in Indiana like that. So then, moved on to that, bought a car. Last year we ran by ourselves, a family-owned team. It was just me, my grandpa, my stepdad was working on the car, and we trailer the car around. And I finished 6th in the championship last year. And then me and my grandpa sat down in the beginning of this year and said, we really need a shot at this so I can advance, win the championship, so I can, start seeing sponsors open and see if I can move up. And so we went with Crosslink Kiwi for this year. So far, so good.
I love it, dude. It's a beautiful journey, man. And it's just like motorcycle racing in our community, right? It's that when the son or the daughter first starts out, it's all family, right? And until you get to, you can only take you to a certain point. Once you get to that certain point, man, I ain't got no more money, right? So now you got to win, get some sponsorships, and push you to the next level. It's awesome driving around the whole United States. So did you actually own that car last year?
Yeah, it's the same car I'm running now. So we just gave it to a team and they run it out of Texas. They do all the maintenance work and all that. But we have a shop here in Tampa that my grandpa owns, Anywhere Transport. And there's a building off the side that we'd keep it in. My stepdad would do all the maintenance and stuff on that. It's like that. So
I love it, dude. Good stuff. So we actually got a couple comments coming in, Kekai. So we got Eddie Schilling. What is going on, Eddie? He says, "Hey, buddy, you rock." That's awesome. And then we got Lenore. She says, "Looking good, Kekai." And then we got Corrine. I hope I didn't murder your name. I have my eyes and ears on you. Well, I love it. And then Jackie says she can't wait to see you race at Coda. And you actually, Coda is coming up for you soon, ain't it?
Yeah. So I believe 2 months. It's the last week in October, so it's 2 months or so.
Okay. All right. And you just got, well, you've been home, but your last race was at Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, New Jersey Motorsports Park.
That's right. That's right. Lenore says, "Papa, so proud." Absolutely. Corrine says, "I'm in for Coda." My buddy Justin Richards says, "Bring me up to speed. What kind of cars?" So, well, tell everybody what kind of car it is.
So it's a American Formula 4 car. It's a Ligier chassis with a Honda Civic motor, technically, a Honda Civic Type R motor. So it's not really that fast, but once you take all the weight down off of like a street car, because it only weighs, with me and the car, it has to be 1,200 pounds, so it's very light, and with all the wings and stuff to get the downforce through the corner, it's pretty fast.
And how much horsepower is that thing making?
I don't know the exact number for that.
I'm sure it rips. I have no doubt, and the G forces you pull in that car, right, going around. So listen, let's talk about your 2024 season, Kekai, because I know it's been good for you so far. So start with the beginning of the year and all up until Jersey.
Yeah, we started out at NOLA down in New Orleans. So there we had a pretty decent weekend. The first race, I believe I finished second in that one to the guy that I'm actually competing for the championship now. The second race I won, by I think 10 seconds. So just put my head down, drove away from everybody, and then the third race, I did finish third, but then got a penalty for some contact and put me back in 10th. So that that we didn't like that, but then we moved over to Road America. Race 1, we had a transponder issue, which I don't know if you guys use transponders, but it's so we had a transponder issue, which I finished, I think, second, but the transponder didn't pick up. So how we do it through the races is you qualify. That sets the grid for race 1. And then the lap time that you set in race 1 sets for race 2, and the lap time you set in race 2 sets for race 3. That's how it sets the grid. So we had a transponder issue, so I didn't have any lap times for race 1. So I had to start last in race 2, and I drove through the field and won that one from last to first.
Bro, legend. I'm telling you, dude.
And then race 3, I led the whole race because I started first, led the whole race. And then we got into a big crash coming to the start-finish line at the end, and I came across the start-finish line sideways in third. So,
I love it. He said, I come across it sideways in third. I love it, dude. And Dustin wants to know, what's the RPM range on the car? Like, is it a high rever or?
No, it's 7,000 RPM. That's when we shift, so it's not too high.
And it's all paddle shifting.
Yeah. It's six gear paddle shift.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I couldn't imagine riding one of those. Well, not riding. I'm so used to motorcycles, right? You're my first 4-car drive. So driving one of those is I'm sure it's an experience in itself, right? And so let me ask you this, Kekai, where are your goals? Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to end up?
I want to end up in IndyCar, obviously, but the main goal for me is to be racing without having to spend money and being paid to race, like making it my career. And so that's the main goal. But anything, I would be happy to drive anything.
I know that's right. And so you've driven anything else before?
Car wise, I have not. We're trying to get in the works with the team to maybe try other cars right now, but we'll see.
So are you my wife makes fun of me because when I'm driving my car, right, I'm always making motorcycle noises, or I'm doing this with my hand on the steering wheel. I lean over and she's like, just stop. I'm like, I can't help it, right? Do you find yourself doing that too as well?
No, so I have a Subaru BRZ and it has exhaust on it, so I don't need to make the noise. It makes the noises by itself.
Well, my car don't sound nothing like a bike, right? It's an Acura MDX, whatever, right? So yeah, it's quiet, but yes, I do. I'll sit there at the light and I'll be like, bah, boom, and dump the clutch, and my wife looks at me like I'm an idiot, right? And I might be, I don't know, but you got to have fun, right? It's just that's how passionate I am about the sport. I'm always,
it's all races are like that.
Yeah, it's so obviously. Do you play PlayStation or Xbox?
I play on PC, so I play iRacing, which all of the pros do as well, like all the IndyCar drivers, all the Formula One drivers.
So how realistic is that game compared to what you actually do?
Driving wise, like the handling the cars, very realistic, very similar, but like obviously you don't have the adrenaline. I'm sitting in my room playing, so it's a little bit different.
But still fun and exciting nonetheless. I got a couple buddies that actually play that. I haven't played it, and a couple of my buddies got the whole setup, with the chair and the steering wheel right here and the 3 monitors and all that cool stuff. That's something that I'd like to get into, but I'm sure that setup's pretty expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He said, oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely, right?
Yeah, this is one right here.
Oh, bro, dude, that is sweet. And how much is that little doohickey right there?
That one's $300, so it's not like outrageous, but
it's well, I mean, dude, a brand new whatever that new PS4 5 controller come out, it's like $200 and some dollars. I'm like, holy cow! But yeah, man.
So the tires with that.
Right. So that's something I was going to ask you. How much is your tires? Because in Moto America, we're Pacific brand. It's all Dunlop, and it's like $450 a set.
It's up there. I know that because I mean I don't know the exact number because it works into the budget that we pay the team, but it's up there for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. And so do you just do one set of tire every race, or one set for the weekend?
So what we do 3 sets per weekend because we use one for practice just to see what the car's got, what times we can get down to, and then we have one for qualifying, and then we have an extra set to use as we please. So you can use it in any of the 3 races however you want. Like if you want to put news just on the left side, you can do so.
And obviously it's you guys have pit stops, or is it just a sprint race?
Sprint race. So it's only it's a 30-minute race. Okay. If we pit, it's only for damage or stuff like that.
Man, that's wild. I can't wait to come out and see you guys in action. It's going to be different for sure, especially coming from 2 wheels, watching 4 wheels. I've only been to a car race one time, and that was back when I was young. It was NASCAR. I don't personally follow NASCAR. Do you?
I don't. I've been starting following it more because some of the drivers I raced in karting are making their way up that ladder. So I've been paying a little bit more attention to it, but overall, I really don't watch NASCAR.
Yeah, I don't either. It was fun to go to, and watching them live. You feel that power and that the sound and the adrenaline. That's absolutely. Sitting at home watching on TV, it's not that exciting, at least for me anyway. Lenore says $1,500 per set plus mounting. That's up there. But you're talking about car racing, right? It always, that type of shifter car racing, it always intrigued me, right? And we have this putt whatever it is out here, and I go and they have a little karting thing. They're slow, don't get me wrong, but man, I have so much fun driving that thing. Me and my friends were taking each other out, getting yelled at, you guys can't do that. We're like, yeah, okay, all that fun stuff. It's a lot of fun. I couldn't imagine being in a car like yours, Formula One style, right? And just hauling ass. It's got to be an amazing feeling, especially where you are, and you got your first win, 10 seconds start from dead last. Dude, that's legend status, Kekai. Absolute legend status, man. How did that make you feel? I know you felt like, I belong here. This is where I belong.
Well, I knew coming into it that I'd have a good shot at the championship this year. So I knew I was going to be fast. So I just, wanted to make sure that I could make the championship.
I love the confidence. I knew I was going to be fast, and that's what you need. Exactly right there, in that attitude and that mentality.
Coming into the ending of last season, I was slowly progressing through, and I started getting podiums and stuff. So coming into this season, I knew I was gonna be fast.
Listen, I have no doubt in my mind that you'll make it to Indy and you'll be an 8-time champ. Right, that'd be absolutely amazing, man. It's So have you ever been to? Do you actually ride the actual Indy track?
Like the Indy Oval, we do not. But I've been to IndyCar races, like the St. Pete Grand Prix, right down here, like 40 minutes from me.
Okay, I need to quit saying riding, because you don't ride them, you drive them. I'm just so used to the motorcycles, Kekai. I knew I was gonna have trouble with that. I was telling my wife, I was like, man, this is my first, Kekai races cars, and I'm always gonna say, do you ride it? How do you ride it? This and that. She's like, it's a car, it's not a motorcycle. I'm like, I know, but it's a habit. It's a habit. Bro, absolutely amazing. And so COTA is your next race. You raced there last year, right?
Yeah, I did. I raced there, I think, the same weekend last year. So we finished, I think my highest finish there was 4th last year.
Nice.
So we have a good shot.
What do you think about the track?
Personally, I don't like the track. That's just my personal opinion. Just because of, not how slow we are, but the track's so big. It's made for, F1, MotoGP, cars and bikes that go so fast that when we get on it, it takes forever. It's like 2 minutes a lap for us. So it's pretty long.
Turn one, going up that hill and to that sharp left, that's got to be an adrenaline rush in a car.
Oh yeah, because as soon as you hit the hill, you can feel the suspension drop, and we're going 130 or so. So we're braking really deep. We're braking at like the 150, 100 board going into there. So it's a pretty nice corner.
It is, and then it goes right downhill, and then you get through all the S's and over the back, left down this straightaway, and then turn 12, I think it is. Yeah, I've been there for like 7 years straight, obviously for the MotoGP race. I walked the whole track, know all the good spots to watch. But that's what I love about COTA. It's great for racers and drivers, right, as well as the fans, because there's a lot of areas people can go. I mean, you had talked about this earlier. I'm going to Mid-Ohio, and I've never been there. I've seen it a lot on TV, of course, when they race there, but it's been like 10 years since motorcycles raced there. And you said that was your favorite track.
Yeah, just because of the hills and stuff. It's a very nice track. It's run very good as well. So, I like going and sit up on the top of the hill to watch everyone go by.
What all tracks do you race at here in America for all my motorcycle friends that are listening to this? Because I know they are. We do COTA, Road America, Road Atlanta, Brainerd, Daytona 200 is the first race of the year, New Jersey, Mid-Ohio, Road Atlanta, Road America. Who else am I missing? Barber. And I think that's it. I think there's like 10 tracks on the calendar.
Yeah, we have 5 weekends this year. We had 6 last year. So this year we went to NOLA, Road America, Mid-Ohio, New Jersey, and then to COTA. Last year we had a stop in VAR before COTA. So, bro, I wish we were going there this year because it's a very nice track. I love that track.
I love VAR. It's literally like an hour and 30 minutes from my doorstep. I went there, was it last weekend or the weekend before, and hung out with some of my race buddies that were down there doing some club racing. Of course, that's where I do all my track days, and it's an absolutely amazing track. I've only done the North course. They have a North, a South, and then the full course.
Yeah, we did the full course.
Yeah, I bet that was an amazing. Then they also have a kart track up there behind the hotel, up there on the hill. So yeah, it's a cool track. But next time, so do you guys ever go to VR to do like practice or?
No, so the team I run with, they're actually based out of a track, Motorsport Ranch down in Crescent, Texas. So if we ever have to test, we just go there.
You need to come to VIR. Who do I need to call in your sports? Hey man, you guys need to get VIR on the calendar for sure.
Yeah, depending on what I do next year, I'll definitely be going to VIR. So,
and I'll definitely see you there. 110% I will. Jackie says Justin is your biggest fan and he can't wait to see you at COTA. Who is Justin?
I don't know if I think it's my cousin, how it lays out in the family, but he's my little cousin. He's about, I think, 5 or 6. So
I love it. Dude, so he's your number one fan. You know he wants to follow in your footsteps.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk Jackie, his mom, to get him a kid cart.
Jackie, we need to make this happen. How much is like a little kid's cart?
Kid cart is pretty cheap. I think it's probably like $500 maximum. Yeah. It's a little weed eater motor on a chassis.
I love it. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Good stuff. So listen, we have a really good buddy of mine on right here, Luca Allen from British Superbikes. He's an absolute legend. I wish you could see the picture that pops up right here in my corner. I don't know if you can see it, but that's him actually jumping the mountain at Cadwell Park. Cadwell Park is my favorite racetrack in the whole wide world. Do you know anything about Cadwell Park?
I do not.
Bro, well, when this gets done, you need to go to YouTube, watch Cadwell Park. It is absolutely an amazing. It's literally this wide. It is the skinniest racetrack I've ever seen. when you come down the front straight, it opens up like a proper racetrack, right? And then once you come down the back section, before you even get to the mountain course, it kind of closes in. But once you hit that mountain jump, where like Josh Brooks, Ryan Vickers, bro, when they hit that, their rear tire is like 6 feet off the ground. It's absolutely an amazing sight to see, especially in real life. But once they get over that mountain, they jump the mountain, it literally closes up where your tire walls are like 10 feet from you, literally. Some are a little bit closer. So it's kind of like the Alaman TT-esque, right? Within a short circuit. It's a proper racetrack. I played on my video game, Kekai, and I suck. I cannot make a lap without crashing my brains out like 30 times. It's so technical. But yes, Luca, you already know. I cannot wait. Yeah. And then we got Don on here. Don says, you're Hona.
Oana.
Oana.
Means family in Hawaiian.
Okay. I'm from Michigan are watching. Go fast, KK. Brian, Don in Ireland, and Fiona. That's awesome. I need to start learning me some Hawaiian. And I've never eaten any Hawaiian food, and I really want to go to Hawaii one day. It's always been on my bucket list for sure.
It's on my bucket list too. I haven't been there.
Yeah, it's I've had a couple buddies that go to say it's absolutely beautiful, amazing. All the food's good. And I was like, I can't. I actually got a really good buddy, Billy Pedro. He's from Hawaii. Don't ask me where he's from. I'm trying to remember the island. I know there's only 2 main ones, but he's from one of them. And he was sending me some foods and some recipes because I like to cook. KK, right? So I'm married and I got a kid, but I get cooking from a mom. My mom always cooked home meals, right? So I like to do the same. I like to cook everything. And he was sending me some recipes for some Hawaiian food that I don't know if I can get all the ingredients out here, but I'm gonna go to the local market and find out. So yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. I know. I forget what he said his favorite food was. I should have wrote it down because I told him I was gonna have you on. He was like, no way. He's actually driving to Mid-Ohio right now from Florida. They got a 17-hour drive.
Oh, from Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on that one a couple times.
Right. So when I go to Texas, I fly to Oklahoma to one of my best friend's house. And then from his doorstep to Coda is like 5 hours and 20 minutes. So we just drive. It gives us more time to spend together, and hang out and all that cool stuff. But I've driven across the United States 4 times from coast to coast. And
yeah, all my races we drive to.
Yeah, and it's so you're in Florida, so what's the furthest out west you go is Coda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
West, yeah, and then the furthest north I'd say is probably New Jersey or Road America.
Yeah, so where I live,
I don't know which one's higher.
That's a good question. They might be, I don't know.
They're pretty close in like hour.
Yeah. So Road America for me is like a 14-hour drive, excuse me. Road Atlanta 6 hours, New Jersey 6 hours, Mid-Ohio is like 6 hours and 12 minutes, Daytona's 10 or 11 hours. So it's not that bad. That's why I like where I live, right? Because I'm just a couple hours, middle away. But you start going out west, it's absolutely a drive. The longest state that I drove through was Texas. It seems like I'm driving through Texas for 4 days. I'm like, dude, are we through Texas yet? Good God Almighty. It's a big state for sure. So let me ask you this. I ask all my riders, right? You're a driver, so when it comes to motorcycles, some riders have certain superstitions. Means that I got to put my left boot on before my right boot, or my glove, or I listen to a certain type of music, or whatever. Right? I call it your routine to prepare for battle. Right? Because I consider a car driver or a motorcyclist, when you get out there on the track, you're like the Spartan versus the 300 Persians, right? You're one against everybody else. So is there a certain routine you do or any superstitions you do before as you're getting dressed, listen to music? How do you prepare for battle?
Well, there's actually one. When I get dressed, I make sure I put my right earbud in before I put my left.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
And what are you listening to?
No, so it's we have radio in the car, right. So we can talk to our team. So we have to put our earbuds in.
Duh. Right. Motorcycles, we don't have that. So yeah, you're right. I should have known Formula One. They talk as they're driving. So Good stuff, man. So I had a good buddy of mine, Nolan Lampkin, on. He races in the super stock, and I asked him that. He said the only thing he does is he wears his socks inside out. And I was like, wear your socks inside out, because it's where it's sewn together at the front. You put it in, sometimes it gets pushed up in your toes or under your feet, and you gotta move. Well, if you wear them inside out, you don't have that problem. So since that podcast, that's been several months ago, I've been wearing my socks inside out. Dude, listen, everybody laughs when I tell them that, but you need to try it for real. It changes your life. It's one of those simple things that yeah, it's good stuff. So everybody listen to this, wear your socks inside out, and you're welcome. Absolutely welcome. Good stuff, man. So, do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I do.
I love it. So, are you? I'm. Let's see. Is she in here? She is. My dog's always with me. Her name's Charlie. She's a purebred pit, and she's like 13. So, yeah, she goes everywhere with me. Are you an animal lover too? Do you have dogs or cats or anything?
I have a crazy golden retriever that's a year old.
Why?
Surprised she's not barking right now.
Yeah, no worries if it happens, right? I love dogs. I got two cats. I'll say my wife's got two cats, right? We got two cats. We did have two dogs. I had to put one down a couple months ago. Cruz, he was a Tennessee Walker Hound Pit Bull mix, and he was one of those dogs to where Rossi would play the harmonica and he would howl, oh, do all that. It was really cool. But yeah, man. So I got a good buddy, Brennan Triplett. He races. He's an absolute legend too. He says, your room is sick, right? Dude, it's a nice setup. I love that light in the background, the way he's got his stuff. Yeah, I need to do something with mine, right? So I got this, see it backwards. So this tank shroud right here hanging up, Kekai, is actually Alex Marquez's Mark VDS Moto 2 actual tank shroud off his bike, right? And then I got my buddy, there we go, right here is Eli Colby. He races in Moto America. He gave me a leather suit and signed it for me to hang on my wall, which is right crazy. So yeah, I like to get memorabilia and put it up everywhere. You could tell I'm a freaking motorcycle. I mean, dude, I'm working on the ceiling, right? I'm actually working on posters on this. I mean, they're everywhere. Everywhere you turn and look in my room, there's nothing but motorcycle posters everywhere. Even my clothes, down to my clothes. I probably own, besides my pants, as far as t-shirts, jackets, and sweatshirts go, 99.9% are motorcycle related.
Yep, same here.
Hands down.
No.
Bro, Kekai, and my wife, she's like, let's go out on a date. I'm like, okay, don't wear no motorcycle clothes, right? And I'm going through my closet, and I'm like, I don't have any. Yeah, I really got to dig for this. So I went out and got me a polo golf shirt, right, with a little shark on it. I forget what it is, and yeah, nice little pair of pants. But other than that, man, it's full blown pin to gas motorcycles. That's it. Even on my hats, I got like 5 billion hats. I got a what do you call it? A habit. I got a bad habit, right? So, and I'm sure you do too when it comes to that stuff. Let me ask you this: who's your favorite race car driver?
I'd have to say Kyle Kirkwood. He's an IndyCar. He's in IndyCar right now. So he was on the same, not same go-kart team, but up in Ocala when I was on that team. He was on the team previously, and he had already moved up to cars. But I know him I not know him, but I've talked to him a couple times. So.
It's always awesome to meet the people you look up to in our sport, right? And you get to know him, and then you realize that he's just like me, just down to earth. Yeah, in love with what we do. It's awesome. So we have a lot of women in our race series, which is absolutely amazing. Do you guys have women that actually race in your series too?
My F4 has one, and then Formula Regional, which is basically F3 in America, has one as well here.
Nice. That's good stuff.
And there's a couple others.
They're fast too. I know. Well, motorcycles, to me, a woman on a motorcycle, well, in life in general, is more precise, and they on a motorcycle, I can't say nothing about a car because you guys don't move in a car. You just, paddle shift and all that good stuff. But they're more fluid and they don't natural. They're more natural, right? Even their body position and everything. It's just, it seems like they don't have to work at it as hard, right? As a man does, because we're men, we're Spartans, we gotta get on it, hustle it, muscle it around, right? And a car, obviously, it's not like that. But on bikes, smooth is fast, and I'm sure it's the same way in a car, correct?
Oh yeah, the smoother the steering wheel is, the faster you are. But I'm very used to moving around as well because the karting, you're not strapped in at all. You're kind of just sitting there, and there's no suspension, so your body's the suspension. The more you lean and push on the side of the seat to get it flexes more. So you have to do that in the karting. But then I hopped in the car and got all strapped in. I couldn't move at all. I was like, "What is this?"
You're like, I can't move, right? And so the way you sit in the car, I've seen pictures, I've seen video, and seen your races. It obviously it's an Indy Car F1 style car for everybody listening. So it's when you see the F1 drivers and Indy cars get in the car, it's a snug fit when they get up in there, and it's the same way with you, and 5-point harness and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the more I'm growing too is making it a little bit more uncomfortable, so I got to move up.
And you will. You're a legend, bro. A future legend of the sport. You're a legend right now, and you will fulfill all your dreams and be multi-time championship. And I'll be screaming and hooting and hollering for you the whole entire way in time. 100%. Don, listen, I do the same thing. Kekai's dad used to park his racing motorcycle in his kitchen in the apartment. Good job, Moke, dude. I'm proud of you. Let's go, man. Yeah, trust me. I know. It took up most of the kitchen. Yeah, I know. Did he ever go in there and change the oil and clutch plates and all that and get oil everywhere? And then your girl comes home, your kitchen smells like absolute motorcycle oil and all that. She's like, never again, get it up out of here. So yeah, I'm guilty as that one is too. 110%. It's awesome. I love it. So did you dabble in motorcycles at all?
I did have a little 50 cc dirt bike when I was younger, but it just wasn't really my thing.
That's okay, man. It is what it is, right? It's everybody has their own something that they fall in love with, right? And you fell in love with four wheels, which is perfectly fine. I'm a big fan. I love to watch car racing. I like to go down here at VR. They do I forget what the series is called. I've been once. The Lamborghinis, the Porsches, the Ferraris, and all that stuff. Yep, bro. It's the sound and the rumble and the atmosphere is completely different than a motorcycle race for sure. But it's super exciting to watch. And I think a bike's fast around a track. I'm like, holy shit. A car is faster than a motorcycle around a racetrack, hands down, bar none.
In a straight line, yeah. A motorcycle's faster though.
You think so? Well, a motorcycle, yeah. Well, I'll accelerate it, but I'm talking about lap times around the track.
Oh yeah, lap times. Yeah. The cars beat it.
Yeah, but hands down, like by miles. It's not even a question. So yeah. So just let you guys know that a bike is not faster than a car in a straight line, but the straight's only what 30. I mean, whatever, 100 yards maybe, right? It's but you guys can brake so much more deeper, carry so much more corner speed, right? We just out accelerate you coming out the corner, but you'll be so far ahead of us, it won't even really matter.
Yeah, it's all because all the downforce we got off the cars.
Right. It's absolutely. So do you watch any like MotoGP, World Superbike or anything like that?
The only one I follow is MotoGP. That's mainly just because my dad got me somewhat into it when I was younger because he would, every Sunday morning he's out watching the race on the TV. So
I'm guilty as charged. Like, yeah, every weekend come up. I do it all. Whatever racing, MotoGP, BSB, ASBK, World Superbike, Moto America, Alaman TT, the Macau, Northwest 200, all that. And when a race weekend comes up and I got like 3 different series racing on that weekend, my whole weekend that's it. That's all it consists of. Like I'm gonna make lunch, I'm gonna pre-make dinner, and I'll be right here on this couch or on my phone, wherever I'm at, and I gotta watch it. I feel guilty if I miss it and I got to go back and catch up on it. And there are times that I do that. Are you kind of the same way?
Not really. It tends to get boring for me because I don't like to watch. I like to be actually driving. So I'll go back and watch the race highlights after the race is over.
Well, that's the difference between me and you, because you're a professional. I'm just a fan, right? So yes, I got to be there and catch all the action, and I get it. Being a legendary, you're like, man, I don't want to watch this. I want to be out there kicking them guys' butt. What are you talking about? Yeah, I like it, man. Listen, we're coming up on 40 minutes on this already. So I want you to get away from all the racing. No worries, everybody. Stay tuned because we're definitely gonna do a part 2, part 3, and all that good stuff. But listen, I wanted to get this started. Tell us something we don't know about you at all, Kekai.
Oh, he got me on the spot here. I don't know. I don't know. I keep my life pretty out there on social media.
Well, you gotta tell us because we don't know.
Trying to become a professional golf player. There you
go. Dude, bro. So golf's one of the most mental sports there is, right? It's absolutely crazy. Like learning to read the greens and the putters and the irons and all that stuff. I play Tiger Woods and I'm a beast at Tiger Woods, right? But I get here on a golf course, yeah, not so much. But it's fun to play. Yeah. So let me ask you this. What's your worst habit?
Let's see. I don't know. I don't really know if I have one.
I procrastinate when I can, right? Oh, and I vape. I'm trying to quit vaping. So I quit smoking cigarettes. I got this freaking vape. So I'm trying to that and procrastinate, which means I'm always go, right? Whether I work full time, I do the podcast, reach out to the guests, schedule, do all this stuff. And then I'm married. So, my wife and my son. And when I finally get a time when nobody's home and sit down and relax, I take every advantage of it I can. I don't care what I got to do unless it's a podcast or a motorcycle race, right? I'm like, nope, I'm sitting here, I'm chilling, I'm not doing none. And then I find myself after 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I need to get up and do something, right? So it's hard for me to actually sit down in a while and relax, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't seem to be at home all the time, sitting on the couch.
Yeah,
because if I'm not here, then I'm either out racing or working or hanging out with friends.
I love it. So what do you do for work?
So I fly all over the country to driver, coach, and mechanic on go-karts.
Bro, you got a life. Like your life is absolutely amazing. You want to trade? You can go work my full-time job and I'll go out there and coach.
I'm good. I like being at the racetrack.
Yeah, right. I feel you. I just said the same thing. Nah, dude, I'm good. I love it. So I listen to a lot of audio books, right? Is that something you do too, or podcast?
Podcast, yeah. I listen to the Dale Jr. download sometimes.
Dale Jr., the NASCAR guy. Yeah. I haven't listened to his. Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I do listen to it. Go ahead.
It's called Dirty Mouth.
Dirty Mouth?
Mo. M-O.
Oh, Emma. Okay, Dirty Emma. I got you. I'm writing it down. I do listen to, of course, some motorcycle podcasts, of course, Joe Rogan and Danny Jones, and I listen to the F1 podcast. But sometimes that one's monotonous. Are you into any other sports like soccer, football, baseball, anything like that?
Watch golf sometimes, but not really. No.
You said I watch golf sometimes. I watch golf too. Never thought I'd watch golf on TV, but some of the shots them guys making them putts, I'm like, bro, how did you do that? Like I couldn't do that for $1 million. And if I ever did, it'd be the last time in my life I ever did something like that. Ask me how I did it. I don't know. Luck, right?
Kind of just hit the ball and it got there.
Right. Do you have a favorite comedian?
I don't know his name. He's on TikTok. They just made a Netflix show about him. Like, I forgot.
Okay. I like my old school one's George Carlin. As far as my all-time favorites, it's yeah, absolutely. And of course, music. What type of music are you into, Kekai?
Honestly, anything. I listen to anything from country to rap to hip hop, whatever I'm in the mood for. Sometimes house music.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It all depends on on the mood you're in. So let me ask you this: what's for dinner tonight?
Honestly, I don't know.
He's like, something good though, right?
Yeah, of course, got to be something good. I'll
Um,
keep it on the healthy side. Make sure I get my protein, the vegetables.
No, yeah, absolutely. So I'm a healthy eating nut too. I like to eat healthy. That's hence I cook, right? When I make my own salad dressings and all that stuff. So and I know you have a car weight minimum that you actually have to be to reach as you sitting in the car, correct?
Yeah, well, with how tall I am, I already make weight. Like I'm right on the mark, no matter what. So so I don't really have to watch that much. But I like to stay in shape, and I go to the gym all the time.
So how does a car racer train?
A lot of cardio for sure, just to make sure that you make it through those last couple minutes of the race. And I still lift weights and all that, but you obviously don't want to get like wide or like too muscular because then you won't fit that good.
So it's a fine line for sure,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
for
and
sure.
so and I see like the F1 guys, they have that I guess rubber band where they do all those like muscle neck stuff. Is that something you do too?
Sometimes if I go with a buddy, yeah, because someone has to hold on the rubber band.
Okay.
But yeah, that's mostly just for the G forces that you're feeling in your neck.
Yeah, I bet it's pretty intense too, for sure. Let me ask you this: are you a pineapple on pizza guy?
No, I'm not.
No,
That in fact did not come from Hawaii. Americans made that.
that is a fact.
Yeah,
100% fact. Yes, yes, you are absolutely. So, what is your favorite food,
Mexican.
dude, bro? Meat. So, what do you normally order when you go to Mexican?
Oh, we gotta keep it simple. We go with the tacos. Just plain simple.
Just straight
Tacos.
tacos, meat and
Just
cheese.
straight
That's
tacos.
it.
Meat, cheese, lettuce. Good to go.
I love it. So, do you like spice? I love spicy stuff.
Some things, not all things.
Yeah, so usually when I go to the Mexican, we have this one where they take a pineapple and they half it, hull it out, grill it, and then they stuff it with like steak and pineapple and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And the cheese dip, right? You can't go to a Mexican restaurant and get no cheese dip. Come
Yeah,
on,
you gotta get some queso. That's the best part.
bro. Queso, either with chorizo. My wife won't eat it with chorizo. I'm like, yeah, let me get the queso with the chorizo in it. That just makes it better, right? More better for sure. Let me ask you this. So, motorcycle, we have track days, right? We can go sign up for the track and ride the track, 20-minute sessions with our friends or whatever. Do you guys have something similar to that too?
I could take my streetcar and do a track day, but really, it's just if I wanted to go test the Formula 4 car, I'd have to just go to Texas, and they have a membership there at the track that I just go out whenever I want.
So let me ask you this. If Kekai had his own personal island and you can only have one racetrack on that island, any track in the world, what track would you have on your island?
I'd cut up a bunch of racetracks and make one amazing racetrack.
I love it, dude. Good stuff. So do you have any tattoos?
No,
No.
no,
In the future, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe
Maybe. All right. All right. How old are you, Kekai?
17. I turned 18 in 3 weeks.
Dude, nice. Well, happy birthday, bro.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. Let me ask you this. Are you a Star Wars or a Star Trek kid?
Never watched Star Trek, so Star Wars.
What character would you be in Star Wars?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. I love it, dude. Darth Vader's awesome. He is. I like Darth Maul. He was always one of my favorite characters. They killed him off way too soon. When he first brought out that double-bladed lightsaber, I was like, whoa, what is that? Right? Yeah, yeah, but then they axed his butt. So yeah, it is. Everybody's got one of these. Celebrity crush, KK. Who's your celebrity crush?
My girlfriend.
I love it. Salma Hayek. That's always been my celebrity crush growing up. Yeah, absolutely. What series are you currently watching on like Netflix or Apple? Are you binge watching anything?
Suits.
Suits. I heard that was really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's about a lawyer that actually didn't go to Harvard, so he's a fraud, but he's pretending to be a lawyer, and then he goes to jail. It's a whole thing.
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. So let's see. I already said PlayStation or Xbox. You play the IRA racing, which is I've never played it, but they have that IRA has every track pretty much on that simulator.
Yeah, every track that we go to. Obviously, it's not going to have your, little local tracks, but it has all the main big tracks.
Yeah. What advice would you give your younger self, or what advice would you give to somebody that wants to get into your sport?
Be confident. Obviously, there's a point where you're going to be cocky, but you always have to have the confidence in yourself and to be able to go out there. Because if you tell yourself, I'm not going to do this great or I'm not going to win, then that's not going to happen. You have to be like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to win. So
yeah, that's right. That self-confidence and that self-belief. It's absolutely, yeah, man. So what would be, let me ask you this, what's your next step in the series that you're racing in?
Well, once we go to Coda and then win the championship, it should just be the next step up. Hopefully we're working things out with the team, so we'll see where that leads us.
But is it in the same championship? Like, do you move to a different car or?
Yeah, you move to if I won the championship, I'd be doing FIA F4, which is a newer car. It has a halo, just like the Formula 4 cars, and the Formula 1 cars. So it's a little bit bigger, faster.
And do you have to have an $8,000 helmet for that car?
No, but you have to get another helmet, so it's like $5,000.
So do you just have like one helmet per season or a couple helmets or?
Yeah, I have one helmet per season. I don't need another one as of right now, just until I move up.
Kekai, do you have any superstitions at all? Are you a superstition guy?
Not really.
No. Yeah, I'm not neither. I always thought that when people have like a lot of superstitions, right? Like you're putting up a mental roadblock, a barrier in front of yourself, saying that, meaning that you get in your car and you're like, shit, I didn't do this, right? And because I didn't do that, I didn't have a good result. And we all know that's bullshit, right? That's what I mean by that barrier you put up for yourself. And yeah, man, there are some out there that got a lot of superstitions, so that's for sure. Have you thought about what's life after racing? Like what I mean, like, do you want to be obviously a coach?
Yeah, obviously, if I don't make it in racing, I want to be involved in racing. So, anything in racing, driver, coach, engineer, I just want to be involved in motorsports.
Bro, you not only are you going to stay involved, you're going to be multi-world championship. And so, yeah, you don't have to worry about that. This is years down the road, right? But obviously you want to stay involved in sport. I would too. So let me ask you this, like anybody out that's going to listen to this, whether it's on Spotify, iHeart, and all that good stuff, if they were interested in getting their kid involved in the sport that you do, what steps should they take and where should they go to get started?
Just go down to your local karting track. I know a lot of people like say, oh, there's no karting tracks near me, but we didn't even know the one I started at was here until we lived here forever and didn't even know that it was there. So you just gotta look it up, research, and just go down to your local karting track. Make sure the kid likes it. Get in the cart, see if he, even likes speed or adrenaline, because some kids just don't like the feeling of going fast.
No, my son's one of them. He'd rather play Fortnite. That's a fact. That's what he's doing right now. He's in there playing Fortnite, 100%. About him. So he was before he was born. Before he even coming in this world, I got him a TTR 50. Thinking, yeah, my son's gonna be a MotoGP champ, all this. Yeah, he don't have none. He loves to go to the races and hang out with one of his best friends is John Del Medea. He races in Moto America, and them two are, yeah, they're funny together. But other than that, he's like, no, he'll watch some races with me every once in a while, and he likes it when I pick him up on my motorcycle from school sometimes, or I take him for a little putt. But he just He's like, it's just not me. I'm not into it. So I don't force the issue or anything, right? Even though it breaks my heart, right? Let's just be honest, it breaks your heart. It does just a little bit. But he can do whatever he wants to do, and I fully support him. But yeah, I was hurt a little bit. I will say, I had shed a couple of tears. It's like, no, but yeah, it is what it is. Let me ask you this: if you could choose one superpower, what superpower would you choose?
Speed.
Speed.
Like the Flash, yeah.
Like the Flash. That's it. Have you seen the last Flash movie? Didn't they just come out with a new Flash movie not too long ago?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I thought they would. Let me ask you this: what would your spirit animal be?
Lion, King of the Jungle.
Love it, man. King of the Jungle, man. I love it, dude. That's what I tell everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh, my dog's this, dog's that," and I love dogs, right? But what's King of the Jungle? It's a cat. It's not a dog.
Yeah,
and there's a reason for that, right? Yeah, go on in the cage if you want to. Pretty kitty, yeah. No, I'm good. Let me ask you this: when you're on the starting grid, so on motorcycles, when you're on the grid, they got the umbrella girl and the front tire guy, the rear tire guy, take the stands off, all that good stuff. When you're sitting there, what do you want to hear from the person standing there with you before they come off the grid, before the race starts?
I mean, his name's Jacob. I usually ask him to play some music, or we kind of just talk and joke around the whole time. That's about it. Have a good time on the grid, keep my mind off of everything.
You got to absolutely do. So play some music. I love it. That's awesome. Let's play some music. Play that funky music, white boy. I love it. I listen to all types of music too, man. I've been real big into Frank Sinatra here lately. Yeah, Frank's that dude, man. Absolutely that dude. Listen, we're coming up on an hour on this, man. It's been an absolute honor, man. I got so many more questions, but I'm gonna save that for part 2 coming on. I mean, I got a whole list notebook. Like, yeah, for sure. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and give all my shout outs, and I'm gonna let you take over the podcast. You're gonna have the last word. Tell everybody where they can find you on socials and all that good stuff. So before I let Kekai get to it, obviously I'd like to say thank you for everybody who watches this podcast and that's watching this right now. I love all you guys and girls. It means a lot to me. It really does. If you guys have not had the chance yet, please go to my YouTube channel and Spotify and all that stuff and hit that like and subscribe bell. It helps me out a lot. Big shout out to Next Level Financial, Seth Starnes, for all your financial needs. Hit them up. Bison. So I need people to go to bisontrack.com. Chef Eats. So this is something we have. My buddy Jeff Servin lives in Atlanta. He makes meals, pre-prep meals for racers all around the country. I said world, but it's not. It's just here in the United States. Have you ever heard of Chef Eats?
I have not.
Okay. Well, he makes athlete meals too, right? It pretty much caters them to however you want, whatever your diet is, and tell it to. And it's absolutely amazing food. And like Hello Fresh and all that, you buy it and you get it and you put it in the microwave and it comes out, it's all rubberized and it's just not any good. This stuff is absolutely amazing, right? Chef Eats. That's something maybe you should consider looking into. He does do sponsorships and it's easy. You put it in the microwave for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yes, that's what I said. The microwave, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And the last one I ate, he sent me a couple meals I got from him, and I ate a fettuccine Philly cheesesteak tortellini. Bro, it was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, it is. So big shout out to Chef Eats. If you guys haven't got Chef Eats yet, please go out there and go get some Chef Eats. My next one is Flying Eyes Optics. These are one of my newer sponsorships right here. I met them out in Wisconsin. These glasses right here, they're actually made to fit up underneath motorcycle helmets. Okay, my man Kekai right here, he's a legend at Full Wheel, so he ain't got to worry about that because he's got the smoke visor on his shields at all times, and of course the clear when it rains, right? But for us that ride on the street sometimes, right, you don't have the clear shield. You put sunglasses on, it creates pressure points on your head, causes headaches, all that good stuff. And these are actually the lightest glasses that I've ever owned. It's ridiculous. My wife steals them all the time. Her best friend, especially, as soon as she sees them, she snatches them off my face. But they're called Flying Eyes Optics. They're actually made and assembled in Austin, Texas. So they're American, which is absolutely amazing too. Let's just be honest, right? But if anybody out there is interested in getting a new pair of sunglasses, go to flyingeyesoptics.com. You can use the discount code PINTHEGAS10 and get 10% off all the cement. And they got a bunch of them, and they make prescription glasses too. Big shout out to RD Racing out there in the UK. Good friends of mine. Jake Marsh races on the team. He's an absolute up-and-coming legend out there in BSB. He actually has a club. So something in motorcycles, what we do is we'll have clubs. So Kekai, you'll have a club, Club Kekai. I have 50 slots, $50 a slot, right? That helps fund your racing and stuff too, right? And so every race weekend, they'll do a drawing. Whoever's name you pull out the hat, they'll get like in motorcycle terms, a signed knee puck or a poster or something. And you can send off, but it's a good way to actually build up a fan base too, as well, right? Get people more involved, maybe run their name. Some of my friends run people, all their friend or the people that join the club, names on their bikes and all that good stuff. It makes people feel like they're actually part of the team, which is important. Do you have a club? Have you ever thought about doing something like that?
I've not. I probably look into it though.
Yeah, man. It's but we'll talk more about that after this. And big shout out to Vet2 Track, my buddy Jim Whitman. So all my military people out there, thank you for all your service. Look up Vet2 Track. He brings you to the track, introduce you to a bunch of people. You get to hang out at motorcycle races. You might even be on a race team helping somebody out that weekend. You never know. It's an absolutely amazing program when he does. And have you heard of SFL Mini GP? Because you're right there in Florida. Bro, so SFL Mini GP, check it out. It's ran by Michael Carrere. Big shout out to my man Julian Carrere. He races in the British Talent Cup. Got another podium. Let's go, Juju. I'm absolutely proud of you, bro. But this is cool, Kekai, because you can actually go to SFL Mini GP South Florida, register, show up. You don't have to have a helmet, boots, gloves, leathers, motorcycle, or nothing. He provides everything for you. And he also has
that's at the track that I started
Anderson, Bushnell. Yeah. Yes. So, man, maybe you should do that sometime. Just go out and go have fun, right? It'd be a lot of fun.
I don't know.
Man, you can get you on like a little 50, a little Grom or something like that.
Oh, no, that'll end out too good.
He's like, I need to be healthy for the race. And I don't blame you. Absolutely not. Kathy, good conversation, Chris and Kekai. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Don, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Listen, it's my honor to have him on. And I've been kicking around the idea for a while. And yeah, like I said, I asked your dad, and he's like, but you do all motorcycles. I was like, but bro, why should I just do motorcycles? I'd love to, interview Kekai, get him on the podcast, and put him out there and follow him and get people more involved and sign up for his club and buy his t-shirts and his hat and put some money in his pockets to help him travel across the United States, because it is not cheap, right? And then you can afford to buy some Chef Eats, dude, there's a lot of things, right? So, but anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. This will be up. It'll be out tomorrow everywhere but Apple. I'm not on Apple yet, but I'll be there soon. But Kekai, before I get off here, before we end this, tell everybody where they can find you on social medias, where they can catch you at the next event, which is COTA coming up, right? And all that good stuff.
Yeah, they can search up KekaiRacing.com and find me there. All my socials are on there. If not, you can just go to Instagram, Kekai Hauanio Racing.
I love it. I love it, dude. Good stuff. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor to sit down with the legend himself, Kekai Hauanio. Hauanio. Damn it. I will get it right. By the next podcast, I'll get it right, because I'm going to go and I'm going to practice. I'm going to have it nailed down. Trust me. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This is my last podcast because I'm leaving for Mid-Ohio Friday. But y'all stay tuned, because I might have a surprise couple guests coming on live at Mid-Ohio. So until then, I will see you guys soon. All right. Let me end this.